Week 8 and month 2 complete. It's kind of crazy to think that I've been making this series for so long already. I just want to thank all the people that have interacted with any of the videos in the series. It's been a pleasure. Our goals this week were to tackle Smoothbot and Smoothbot target switching. So a fairly large emphasis on smoothness this week. Hopefully our first week in a while that we actually achieve some goals. With a pretty crazy weekend of work behind me, I was a little bit worried about how our progress would be, and I genuinely considered taking the week off. But I managed to pull myself together and put the time in, so let's see how I did. Day 1. Starting ourselves off with the tried and true platinum fundamentals from Voltaic as our warm-up. PGTI is starting to see some more consistent scores thankfully, no personal bests, but some definite improvements from the previous few weeks. Pokeball hitting some very consistent scores, we decided to push a little bit more to get a personal best and reach 64 over our previous 62. One more 2 target small reload small flicks surprised me with some very consistent scores too. Even though I think there was some bad runs, we hit our new personal best of 114. Finally a run that I was actually happy with. Day 1 benchmarking. Our first choice for benchmarking was Smoothbot Voltaic Easy, with some pretty consistent scores in the 1900s, and the highest of the day being a 2134 point run, still falling about 300 points short of our personal best, and about 700 points short of platinum. I'm pretty bothered with these scores, and hopefully I can improve on them as the week continues. Moving on to Smoothbot target switching Voltaic Easy, we see some pretty good runs with consistent scores in the 40s. Slowly inching closer to our personal best with each run, we finally managed to hit a personal best of 47, 1 point above our previous of 46, but still short of platinum by 3 points. Day 2. Today, after a few runs, my aim felt a little bit sluggish, so I decided to increase my sensitivity to 24 cm per 360 from my usual 28 cm. This is a sensitivity that I trained on in a previous week. Again this week, Popcorn's seeing some more growth, hitting a 150 over our personal best from last week of 140. Pokeball again today seeing some more improvement, hitting a new personal best of 65. Day 2 benchmarking. Smoothbot Voltaic Easy being our go-to again to start our benchmarking. We see some very consistent scores into the 2100s, but unfortunately the highest we reached today was 2196. I'm still pretty let down with these scores, but I'm glad to see we're getting back there even if the progress is slow. Moving on to Smoothbot target switching Voltaic Easy, we basically pick up where we left off yesterday, seeing consistent scores in the low 40s and bring the scores up slowly as we continue through the benchmarking. We see a new personal best of 47.3, slightly upgrading our run from yesterday. I noticed today that when I'm flicking I'm shaking when I land on the targets, causing some of my first few shots to miss. So I start to slow down a little bit to smooth out my transfers. Finally, we managed to break our dry spell of 2 weeks. We broke our goal and hit a run of 50 points, finally meeting the requirements for platinum. This puts us 1 static platinum score and 1 precise tracking platinum score away from platinum. Hopefully with Smoothbot tomorrow, I will be able to get 1 scenario closer. Day 3. PGTI still needing improvement, but we got so painfully close today to cracking that ceiling when we hit a 1306. Bounce 360 tracking invincible, hitting a personal best of 114 over the previous 104.2, slowly continuing the growth in smoothness that I was hoping for this week. Air Voltaic AIO Easy hitting a couple new personal bests, the highest now being a 3653 over the previous 3580. Today we had a kind Grandmaster enter the stream and offer some really helpful advice. I need to start confirming my static targets before I shoot, and to change my crosshair to a plus for smaller dot scenarios. Giving it a go, we immediately hit a new personal best of 114 on 1 wall 4 target small trust raspberry, blowing the old 107 point run out of the water. KinTS hitting a new personal best of 65 over our previous personal best of 64.1, bringing us slowly closer to a platinum score on this scenario. Day 3 benchmarking. Having achieved 1 goal already this week, today we got to focus solely on Smoothbot Voltaic Easy. As I run through, I decided to drop my sensitivity from yesterday back to my normal 28 cm 360, and I immediately hit a new personal best of 2507 over the previous 2467, bringing us within 300 points of platinum. With another few runs under my belt today, we hit 2628, nudging us within 200 points of platinum. Unfortunately, this means that I didn't manage to get the second goal this week, but it does mean that I'll be getting much more familiar with Smoothbot next week on our grind to platinum. Next week I will be doing 1 static clicking and 1 precise tracking in a final sprint to platinum 1. Next week's goals. Reach Platinum in Smoothbot Voltaic Easy. Reach Platinum in Wide Wall 3 Targets Voltaic. On our final sprint to Platinum, I will be spreading myself between 2 scenarios which might make things a little bit more difficult, but these are my highest scoring scenarios in each category, which I believe are pretty achievable. Thank you for watching, and if you'd like to join me on my journey, you can join me at twitch.tv/Roofy. If not, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you here next week, hopefully as a brand new Platinum player.